and
Ooh,
I'm also need to go live.
wait. How should we go into again? We're like a minute and a half to answer the question, then a minute and a half to respond. Are we
Yeah, I'm
gonna
gonna
try?
let whatever the moderators are doing.
I'll take care of that.
Hold on, I'm
Actually,
getting.
Shane, you want to time them? Because it's hard for me on the phone to like to keep the structure.
Yeah, what?
Just feel it out. Just feel it out.
Yeah,
If
yeah, yeah,
someone's
yeah.
like rambling, then we'll cut them off. Cut Corey off all the time. Don't cut me off at all.
Okay, are we ready, Zachary?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right,
Corey, shut that door behind you as you walk in.
and toast.
Toast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, America. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, America. I am not in America currently, but things need to happen. This event needs to happen. This debate needs to happen. I am your co-host, Shane Luth. Joined with me is
Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson.
Ready. We're ready to decide who the presidential candidate is for Fantasy Date Night News Network,
Yes.
FDNN.
Yes.
First of maybe many.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just get right into it. Let's go ahead and introduce our first candidate. We have coming in from the right, Corey Nope, Scar Tissue Klepfer.
Yes.
No walkout song apparently.
No walkout song. We had a whole. Hello, candidate Klepfer. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I did not realize I was singing a cappella.
Okay. Coming in from the left, we got Addison, Woody, no platform yet, Smith.
Banana. Banana.
Hey, the crowd seems to be responding. Hey, hey, hey. Sorry, I got carried away.
Quick note.
No, you don't get to speak yet.
Okay. I just wanted to address.
You're not running this.
Yeah. I'm just gonna cut you off right there, Zach. That's a fantastic job so far. Again, under the Fantasy Date Night Network, almost the news branch here. So we're just gonna go ahead and adopt that. The Fantasy Date Night News Network News. Excuse me. We're having our first presidential debate. This is a long time coming. Lots of gab back and forth between these two candidates. And first and foremost, I just want to say both candidates are looking absolutely amazing, very professional. Either choice really is just going to represent and make the fantasy date night in America mostly just look fantastic. Either one is just going to be a great candidate. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, they're showing up great tonight. I'm really excited about what they're wearing. They're looking like actual president material. So it's nice to see from that. And so for our viewers, this is a debate, following normal debate structure. We're gonna ask one of them a question. We'll have about a minute to respond, minute and a half, and then we'll have a rebuttal from the other side. That would be the first half of the debates, and then we'll move into a second structure following out that.
Yes.
But with that, we'll go ahead and get right into it. I believe we both have several tough questions lined up. Shane, do you want to start?
Sure. Just real quick. My co-host here, very excited. Seems to be yelling, picking up on other cameras. So I think if you just I think that was the issue. You sound great. You look great. I'm so happy that you're here with me. I couldn't do it without you. But I think I figured out the issue, the sound issue we have in the studio here. I guess first question is to both candidate Smith and candidate Klepfer. How are you feeling today? And I guess you can elaborate on your chances of becoming the first candidate for the Fantasy Date Night Network News.
We'll start with Klepfer. You can respond first.
That's perfect.
Feeling great. This opposition came as a little bit of a surprise. I thought that us as a team, as a network, as business partners, had all agreed that I was the choice as the candidate. Little did we know, somebody was going to snake through the grass, bite me on my ankle, and then slither away and challenge me at my weakest.
Mr. Smith?
Well, first off, I would like to thank Shane Luth and Zachary Johnson for moderating this debate. I want to thank Gondar University for hosting us in this beautiful location. I want to thank my fellow candidate here, Corey Nope Klepfer.
Wow.
It's a pleasure sitting next to you.
My platform is don't.
Oh, don't. Okay.
Yeah.
You changed your platform.
No, it's always been don't.
No, I think it's always been Nope. I remember us having a little fun with the whole Obama Hope and the Klepfer Nope situation, but it's interesting you don't know your own platform. But I also want to thank all of the people that are here tonight, all the people that are watching. To answer your question, I feel excellent. I feel great. I'm ready to represent my country and Fantasy Date Night Network News. So look forward to a healthy, spirited debate tonight.
And just general question. This is another. Is Corey's phone supposed to be muted? Just to be.
Is it?
Yeah, you're coming through Woody's. That's fine. We're just gonna roll with it. You don't sound too bad. Just some technical difficulties in my ear. Our people in the studio just having a couple questions for you. So Zach, did you have our first question, or did you want me to?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and start with the opening questions. Well, we're going to come out hard. Seeing as you're both unmarried, that would be unprecedented in the White House.
Not
How do you
true.
plan to address having a first lady or first man? We'll start with you, Mr. Smith. You say it's not true.
Yeah, that isn't true. There have been a couple presidents that have actually been married in the White House that were there as bachelors. So it's not unprecedented.
But they were married, correct?
No, they were not.
No, but they were married in the White House.
Yes.
So they never exited their term without a first lady or first man.
I mean, I can't answer how I'm going to exit my term, but I can tell you that I will be entering it in a situation that is not unprecedented. I think that speaking about unprecedented, we do live in unprecedented times. And I think that the days are gone where we are judging people based on their marital status. And I think that it's their own personal choice, whatever they want to do with it. So I don't think it will have any effect on my presidency. I do want to say that I will not be entering the White House alone. The beloved Oscar, my son, my dog, he will be entering the White House with me. So, I will not be alone. A vote for me is a vote for Oscar in the White House. So,
Okay, Mr. Klepfer, would you like to respond or?
Yes. I guarantee that if I receive this nomination and full endorsement for a presidential run, I have my own DBW by the time I get in the White House.
can you tell everybody what a DBW is?
Actually, candidate Smith, we're going to go ahead and hold you there. I think I kind of have, we're just going to go ahead and let candidate Klepfer finish there. I have a follow-up question, actually. So,
real quick, I did want to point out Woody's entrance song that he sang a cappella was performed and created by Gary Glitter, known pedophile.
Ooh. So
Okay.
I'll give you a chance to respond to that, Mr. Smith. That's quite an allegation.
That is false. You have no proof of that. And Michael Jackson, also pedophile, really some of the greatest music that we've ever known. So
You got to separate the art from the artist.
exactly.
Okay, I respect that.
Okay. Good opening. Start Shane, what do you have for the next question? We'll be going back and forth.
Candidate Klepfer, I think this is more directed at you. You have been known to use the term DBW several times on the Fantasy Date Night podcast. Would you care to elaborate or kind of explain what that means?
It's dastardly beautiful wife.
Oh, interesting.
Sir, I'm going to have to stop you there. I think that's clinically false.
Appreciate the fact checks tonight.
Yeah,
we're
fact
not
check.
gonna be lying to the public here. I mean, we're looking for honesty and true answers. So
Nope.
I'm gonna hold you
You
to
guys
fire.
said I wasn't allowed to continue with this behavior. I adapted, changed, I'm a reformed man. I'm looking for a dastardly beautiful wife.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
It was his acronym that he created, so he's allowed to change it. Originally, though, what was it originally?
I was dumb bitch wife.
I'm sorry, one more time. What was it?
Dumb bitch wife.
Okay.
Ah.
I think there's some people in the back that didn't hear you. What was it? One more time.
Dumb bitch wife.
Okay.
But I'm a reformed man.
Got it. Okay. But in your recent past, that was something that you felt very strongly about.
Again, we've litigated this. I love her, and she's mean to me.
Who is she? Is she a real person?
No, this is my ideal.
So have you actually been reformed then, would be my follow-up question. It sounds like you still maybe stick to your
Yeah, I'm looking for something different.
Okay, we'll move on past that. Given the history of both of your views on policing in America, I believe you both have said the phrase ACAB.
Yes.
I would like to follow up. If you're going to be leader of America, how do you plan to address the current policing situation in America and make police fun?
Who is
Mr. Smith, I'll let you take this one first.
Yeah, just to make my position crystal clear here, I do strongly believe that all cops are bastards, ACAB. I think it takes a certain individual to join the police, department. And in recent history, actually, since it's been created, historically, you have, unintelligent, very aggressive people joining the police department. My plan, one, I think we need to demilitarize the police. We need to get rid of all of the militarized weapons that they have. I don't want to say we need to defund the police, but we need to we could take funds away from the militarization of them and add them to create community support. Maybe instead of having 2 officers show up at a house for a minor domestic dispute, you have 1 officer backing up a mental health advocate to try to dissolve the situation, try to try to calm things down. So I also think that it's a joke that it takes longer for a hairstylist to get their license than it does for a police officer to become a policeman. I think they should have at least 2 years of training instead of the usual, 4 to 6 months.
What's that? Excuse me, sorry. Fact checkers coming through. That is correct. It does take longer to be a hairstylist than to become a cop. Thank you. Thank you, fact checker. Sorry, candidate Smith, proceed.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of done with that, but this kind of broaches upon one of the bigger parts of my platform, which we need to decriminalize and tax all narcotics. And I think that will take a heavy burden off of the police department trying to arrest people for minor drug offenses, especially nonviolent ones, so they can focus on the more serious issues.
Candidate Klepfer, I see a couple head shakes. I see a couple interesting facial expressions.
Yeah. Well, when I received your nomination as presidential candidate, I am going to back our boys in blue, and they're going to be my own private mafia, and they're going to.
I'm going to have to ask a follow myself. Did you say they're your own private mafia?
Yes, they're going to commit crimes for myself.
That's a very strong take for a presidential candidate. Would you?
Yes,
do you mean to say that?
Yes. So when you strengthen the police force, you're being tough on crime, and the only crime that should be committed is ones sanctioned by the president. So think about it like that.
My goal is to commit.
Hold on, Mr. Smith, sir. It's not your allotted time.
He looked at me.
You're gonna have to wait.
Okay.
You're gonna have to wait,
please.
And decriminalizing drugs, you're asking for it. There's going to be more drugs on the streets. More kids are going to be addicted to crystal meth.
That's great.
Cocaine.
This is just
heroin,
excuse me, candidate Klepfer, candidate Smith, please. When the moderators are speaking, I kindly ask you to respond in a fair and honest way. It's an allotted. Excuse me, candidate Klepfer. This is a perfect segue. We're talking about narcotics. We're talking about drugs. Just giving you a bit of a scenario here, okay? I understand that there's a potential that the person who wins this debate, not debate, but the candidate selection, the selection, the other candidate might be the might be the VP. So just for this quick question, I love the attitudes we're showing each other, just kindness, respect. I love this. Just throwing a scenario at you, candidate Klepfer. Your vice president is on drugs. What do you do?
Okay. I cover up for them every single time. I ride or die for my people.
Love
That's
that.
all I'm going to say about that.
Love that. Candidate Smith, same question.
What drugs?
He is high on crack cocaine and also smoking a very large amount of marijuana, possibly some pills. He's proper fucked up.
If it doesn't affect his job as my second in command, then he is free to do whatever he or she wants, or they.
Love that. Love that.
That was a good save.
What was
You
that?
see, I had him clarify which drugs while I thought about my answer, because I didn't know, Being a politician, it's all about being honest to our constituents.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have discussed several different things now. I would like to get deeper into our policies and platform. Given the recent situation in Ukraine and the rising tension in the global spectrum, Putin and Russia are starting to pose a greater threat to the global safety. How do you plan to make Putin your best friend? I'll start with you, Klepfer.
I learned judo. I entered a judo tournament with him.
You're gonna need to speak louder. Candidate Klepfer, apologize. We can't hear you.
I entered a judo tournament. Is that too loud?
No, that's perfect right there.
We spar a couple times. We grapple, roll around on the ground, get all sweaty, come best friends. We go horseback riding. We go camping. We're in Siberia. It's a beautiful country. We meet some Mongolians. They do their traditional, feast dinner for us. And I really just relate to him that I'm also in love with him. And I just want to be part of the team.
Okay, Mr. Smith.
Yeah. Well, one, I don't think that we should be friends with Putin. I think we should be friendly with Russia, but I also think that based on his recent health decline, that we really don't have to worry about Putin that much longer. For the longest time, Russia has claimed how powerful they are and everything, but they can't even, successfully invade a small neighboring country, let alone, a great country like ours. So I'm not really too worried about it, to be honest.
Follow up. So what you said, sorry, Mr. Smith, you said that Putin has had a health decline.
Yeah.
That has been unsubstantiated within the broader media. So where are you getting your information from?
It would be a national security
Breach?
No, not a breach, but
it's privileged information.
Yeah, I have classified information that I can't disclose. I don't want to expose agents in the field, but it has been confirmed that he has explosive diarrhea. So he'll probably be dehydrated soon, and he'll die. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Are you fed?
Hold on, sir, Mr. Klepfer. You will get your time, but please wait for your opportunity to speak. Okay, now you can speak.
Nice.
Sounds like a fed to me. Has confidence of sources.
I'm gonna have to follow up. You were running for a federal office.
Yeah, but I ain't making a room. He is.
Okay.
Candidate Klepfer, you're gonna have to speak clearly. You're mumbling. And my co-host Zach, you're doing a great job. It's coming in pretty hot. Just those. I know. I'm super excited. I'm so happy to have you here, helping me with this moderation. I do have a quick question from the viewers, from the American viewers live. So we have a live feed here. People watching at home, feel free to ask your questions. Someone coming in here, did we cover unidentified aerial phenomena? So I'm just going to leave that as an open forum. Maybe elaborate how you would handle that, what you would do, how you would adjust in that situation.
Let's first, what are your candidates' take on unidentified flying object? Do you think they're aliens? We'll start with you.
Yeah, just a suggestion for the moderators. If you could end whatever question you have, since we're not allowed to talk without, given permission, please let us know who you want to address the question. Thank you.
I believe we've been doing that every single question, so I'm gonna 86. I'm gonna fact check.
We're getting a little combative.
Fact check.
I think.
And we have. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that unidentified flying objects are exactly that. They're unidentified, and they are objects that are flying. I think they could be aliens. They could be other countries with advanced military. But I think the root of the question somewhere in there was pretty long-winded. But I think that if I were to become aware of aliens' existence, I would let the people know. I think it was Arthur Clarke who said it best. He said, either we are alone in the universe or we are with someone else, and either way that is terrifying. And I think we need to be honest with the people of the world.
This is frustrating.
Again, Mr. Klepfer, you need to wait your time.
I was just pointing something out.
Would you like to respond?
Yes.
Okay.
Aliens are real. I will be the first person to perform interspecies breeding with them and creating a superhuman. That's going to happen if I'm president.
Is
If
that,
you confirm that aliens are real,
do you view that as a privilege or a duty? Is that something you were taking from the team, or is this something you're taking advantage of the office to do for your own desire?
it's business and pleasure, for sure.
I got nothing wrong with that.
That's all I have to say about it.
Fantastic.
Star Trek, them green, them are hot.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Klepfer.
Just wanted to be noted at home for everyone at home that the audience is dead silent and lots of jaws are dropped.
Yeah, that's okay though.
The hot green alien women in the
Yeah.
front.
But I just briefly, to the audience at home, to America, we do not kink shame here on the Fantasy Date Night Network News. There's no kink shaming. Candidate Klepfer, if you could please, there's no kink shaming. We are accepting of all types of different kinks, cultures, likes, dislikes.
Well, hold up. I have to stop you there.
I'll let you speak, Mr. Smith. Yeah.
I don't think that my fellow candidate here was kink shaming.
No.
You were.
No, you were.
No. I don't believe there was any kink shaming happening on this stage. And
yeah.
there will not be any kink shaming happening in a Senate administration. I promise you that.
I love that. Nice. Moderator Johnson, did you have another question? I have one teed up here.
You can take it away. I'll take the next one.
Another hypothetical here. We'll go with candidate Smith first. The Insane Clown Posse, the ICP, claims that they support you. They have been known to make controversial music and content. What is your response to the ICP? Woot woot.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my ICP family. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Clown Fest, I believe is what it's called.
Nice.
In the office, it's
Can I step in here?
No,
yeah.
candidate.
You have the facts. We'd like to see you show the nation what you know.
First off, I'd like to say woo woo.
Yeah.
And it's the gathering.
Sorry,
Yes, I'm hearing that is correct. So yes, Klepfer.
I'm going to need to fire one of my campaign aides to help me prep. I knew the ICP question was going to come up tonight. Yeah, so woo woo. My fellow posse. Looking forward to seeing you at the Magic the Gathering.
I know what that means.
But yeah, I think any community can, America's made of communities. And one of those communities is the Insane Clown Posse. And something that we're missing today in America is that sense of community. Working from home, being isolated from everybody. That's one of the biggest problems that we have. So, all the magic that happens at the gathering, the Magic the Gathering. I'm really looking forward to get out there and getting insane with my fellow posses of clown.
Candidate Klepfer, do you care to elaborate? I know you said woot woot. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the ICP?
I believe you're doing this motion.
Yeah.
Mike, is that correct?
Yeah, I did that too. You missed it. Hatchet, Mike the Hatchet. I love that guy.
Okay.
All I would like to say is the family is going to see right through them.
We'll have to let the voters decide. So, next question, we'll just go ahead and move on. In your astute opinion, as a president, you're going to have to decide between various complex issues, right? You're a decider. At the end of the day, you're the one making the decision.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what the difference is between a pigeon and a dove? Mr. Klepfer, we'll start with you.
A pigeon and a what?
A dove.
A dove. Well, pigeons are gray and black and purple and like a little bit of green. Doves are always white.
I got a fact checker. That is actually incorrect.
Okay, so don't explain it and let my opponent answer.
Oh, you're just going to cede your time. Okay, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, everything that my candidate said was wrong.
Are you done?
Next question.
Okay, next question.
Doves are the bird of love. Pigeons are the rats of the sky. Fact check. I have an independent fact check. Yep, that is correct.
He's got his earpiece in. Okay, next question. We're gonna go with candidate Klepfer first. Somebody offers you a bribe of $10 million. What do you do, and what do you say to this person that you do not know?
What's the?
I can't hear you.
What's a bribe for? Like, I'm at a little league game.
Candidate Klepfer, I'm willing to offer you $10 million. He slides a piece of paper across the table from you.
To do what?
Yeah, no, and okay, so I'll get in a little league game, and I get $10 million. Absolutely.
No, he's
what would
just.
you do with that $10 million?
He's.
Oh, what do I do with it?
First question: would you accept the $10 million? No other context has been given to you.
In a little league game?
No.
I believe my other moderator, you said no other context. You're inserting
$10 million? Oh yeah. And now I get them arrested for trying to bribe the president, but I still get the $10 million because the FBI takes it and then I get it.
Mr. Smith, would you like to comment?
Yeah. I mean, I think one of my this kind of, it's an odd question to get, especially in a live stream of this. But personally, no, I would not accept it. One of my larger campaign platforms is to remove the influence of money from our government. And there's a couple different points for that. One, we're gonna immediately get rid of Citizens United. Companies and corporations should not have the same rights as humans and citizens do. So that's for sure what we're going to do. We're going to make it so any sitting government official is not going to be able to make individual stock trades. They will have to divest their funds, or they will be able to invest in one of the broader ETFs.
Hold on, Mr. Klepfer, sir. Let him speak.
So that's, number two. Number three, getting rid of the super PACs. This is kind of related to Citizens United, but no company should be able to donate more money than any individual. I think the limit for this coming up election is $5,600. So, yeah, I would not accept the bribe.
Thank you for answering the question to the best of your ability, whether there's context or not, whether I mentioned a T-ball game, a Little League game. I'm not sure that came from. I appreciate your ability to answer the question that was a curveball.
Yeah.
So what was the bribe?
Yes. Moderator Johnson, did you have a question teed up?
Yes. So as I believe you said, Mr. Smith, earlier, that it's all about honesty. You want to be honest with the public, and the office is an office of honesty. Given that we're trying to all be honest here, and that we all have preconceived biases, who are you most racist towards, and how would you work towards overcoming those biases to be inclusive in your administration? Mr. Smith, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, as a white male, I have lived a pretty privileged life, especially in this country of ours. And when it comes to combating, I'm going to take your question, I'm going to twist it a little bit because I didn't like how it was worded. It assumed that I was racist towards someone, and I'm going to completely flat out deny that.
Are you saying you combat the idea that we all have preconceived biases?
No, not at all. But I don't have a specific group that I'm more racist to than others. I'm equally racist amongst all others, including my own. So my question is that racism at all? But as a cis white male, there's a lot of issues that I might not fully grasp or understand. And in a Smith administration, to help combat that systemic racism that has existed in our country since its birth and before, I will appoint the brightest and smartest people of all races, colors, creeds, sexual identification to create a study to learn about how we can address each individual one. Because I may not have experienced it, but I can empathize, and I want to make sure that the people that have ideas on how to fix it, that we can listen to them and we can incorporate their ideas in a Smith administration.
Okay. Mr. Klepfer, same question.
Poll-offs.
Okay. Thank you for being direct.
Because they're the only ones that you can't be racist towards, and it's,
I look forward to all the Pollock votes that Mr. Klepfer just handed to me. Thank you.
Yeah, I think how to vote.
Well, speaking of voting,
Mr. Smith, unless Mr. Klepfer would like to cede his time.
No, I'm racist against Polacks.
Okay, I believe he is done. Sorry, Mr. Smith. Go ahead.
Well, you kind of opened the door for me in terms of elections and election security.
Yeah, the second half of the debate will be more of an open forum. Right now, we're just trying to get through the questions you have.
Okay. Well, I look forward to a question related to elections coming up soon.
My fellow moderator, do you have one you'd like to ask?
I do. Candidate Klepfer, you have been quoted in the past, and I quote, "Pussy's so good you could eat a rib." End quote. How do you defend this statement? How do you adapt? How do you respond to this quote and statement?
I'm standing statement 1,000%. If the pussy good, I'm gonna be cannibal.
This is one of those instances where I fully agree with my candidate here. if the pussy's so good, you gotta eat it.
Great. Love that.
We have different ideas and opinions, but we're more, as a country, we're so divided right now. But I think that so many of us, we're so much more alike than we are different. We need to come together on those differences,
Okay, thank you. It's nice to see it's nice to see a moment of unity between the candidates. It's always nice for the public to see that.
And just for the public, just know that I started it. He kind of received the unity,
But I was like the power bottom situation. I received it.
I was. You were more like
again, candidates. The second half of the debate will be more open structure. So again, on the idea of bias and race, can you please detail your views on critical race theory for me? Mr. Klepfer, we'll start with you.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, I think one of the we're here with Fantasy Date Night News Network, FDNN. One of the competitors, Fox News, they really are building up this CRT issue and kind of they're blowing it far out of proportion than what it is. I think in essence, we're just trying to teach our children an accurate, factual depiction of historical events so that we can learn about the experiences of, BIPOC and other non-white experiences in our history, And I think that there's nothing wrong with critical race theory, and I think that we should be able to teach children facts, right? I'm a big fan of the scientific theory and of learning from your mistakes. Like, I am running for president, but I'm going to say to everyone here and everyone at home, I may not have all the answers. I may not be right all the time, but I'm going to take new information that I get. And if that new information makes me change my opinion on something, I will change it. We're here to learn. We're here to progress, right? So I think critical race theory is a good thing. And I think that, people need to be taught about what actually happened in our history, because if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
You would like a rebuttal?
I just want to expand because I didn't know what it was initially. I think that we should stop teaching history and we just start fresh, wipe the slate clean. We just treat everybody cool moving forward.
I think Mr. Klepfer just farted on stage.
No, that's my shit.
It was a fart. It smells confirmed. It was
No,
fake.
it wasn't a fart. It wasn't a fart.
My people are telling me it was
Wasn't a fart.
a greasy.
I did have a burrito for lunch, but it wasn't a fart.
There appears to be dripping by the chair.
Okay. We'll need to calm it down. I'll let you speak for a little bit, but when it's starting to get out of control, I'm going to have to ask.
I'm glad there's no smell-o-vision at home because I'm about to pass out.
Moderator Spain, would you like to proceed?
Yeah, I just throwing another hypothetical at you guys. I think we've been getting a lot of great feedback. So if there was a trial by combat situation for your vice president, who would you choose to represent the Fantasy Date Night Network News and the United States of America? Candidate Smith, you could start with this question.
Are you asking me who I would choose as my vice president? Because you also threw in FDNN News there as well. So can you clarify?
Yeah, I'm going to repeat the question. If we were in
no. If you could reword it so that it actually makes sense, that'd be great.
I believe it does make sense the way I said it. I'm going to just repeat myself. If there was a trial by combat situation where your VP...
Another stalling tactic, make them repeat the question.
If the VP was going to be your...
Again.
Cross chatter, please. If your VP was to be your chosen warrior, if you will, to go to combat for you, who would you choose and why?
Well, I'm glad that I got the opportunity to say this first because I didn't want my candidate to steal. But I'm going to have to say my buddy, my guy, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I think that he is a very strong man. And I've seen a lot of his movies and he does a lot of fighting and he's a beefy boy. And I think that just intimidation alone, there wouldn't even be much combat. So yeah. And he's also looking forward to a presidential run after my term. So this could help him out. So Dwayne, I love you, buddy.
Incredible. Candidate
Mr.
Klepfer.
I'm going to choose...
you can't pick Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
No. Go back in time and choose the gladiator that has the net and the speed and the trident, and he's gonna throw a net over Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's gonna get confused. He's gonna get tangled in the net, and he's gonna get stabbed to death with a trident.
I didn't know that nets were allowed. I would have said a different answer if I knew that was
I also would ask to ask some qualifying questions. It sounds like you're trying to get T-Man as your VP, and also that you're trying to fight another American constituent. So could you explain that?
That's what you said.
I believe the question was it would be a trial by combat against other countries defending America. You're not trying to fight other Americans.
She's a champion.
Going back to it being a very poorly worded question.
Again, we don't need combative candidates up here. I mean, this is the forum. We would like you guys to try and participate.
I'm pretty sure I said to represent the United States.
The United States.
No, you said FDNN News.
And the United States. I said both. Watch the replay. I said both. Candidate Klepfer, you chose a person with a net and a trident, yes?
Well, if we're going to fight other nations, I'm choosing a grizzly bear. A big grizzly bear.
Okay.
Okay, I like those answers. They're creative.
Stick
Listening
with my answers.
comprehension, not so good, but we'll see how that plays out in the other debate.
Mm.
Given the partiality between the two candidates here, I would like to ask you, what views do you respect most about your other candidate? We'll start with you, Mr. Cluck.
I don't agree with a lot of his views, especially like the anti-corruption, anti-police, anti-TV stuff. I do respect his views on anti-kink shaming. I don't think that should be a part of American society. That's the only one I really agree with. What was the other one that we like agree with? Sharing vapes. Sharing vapes is a good one. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Klepfer. Mr. Smith.
I really appreciate his taste when it comes to picking just beautifully big, large, shiny gold watches. I probably would have had ties before, such an important event as tonight. But damn, I wish I had a shiny gold watch like that. It's beautiful.
Like most Americans, I'm wearing fake jewelry. I'm wearing costume jewelry.
Mm.
I can't afford the real thing. Not until I get in office.
I mean, that's why I can't even afford a fake one.
I mean, they're $12.
That's $12 that I have to use to eat food.
Mm.
That's an Ike sandwich.
Couldn't hear you.
We'll let the voters decide that. So, okay, moving on. Another question from our dear moderator, Shane.
You missed the bracelet too.
The bracelet, I think it's tacky and dumb. But the watch has, you can tell time with it. Can you tell time?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. Well, it looks good. Makes you look smart.
So it's for.
Yeah.
Candidate Smith, Kim Jong-un has become irritable and upset and angry, and his hostility towards the United States of America depends on the experience he has in the United States when he comes to visit. How do you respond to that, and what are you taking Mr. Jong-un to do when he reaches American soil?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kim Jong-un being angry and aggravated isn't anything new. So I would kind of stay the status quo. We don't negotiate with, oligarchs like that, especially, that have, starved their people for so long and persecuted them. So I wouldn't invite him to the U.S. I think just continue what we're doing, make sure that Japan is safe, South Korea, So yeah, just whatever. Kim Jong-un, don't really care about you, bud.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Klepfer.
I'm gonna take him to Denny's. I'm gonna get him a moon over Miami, and I'm gonna tell him, hey, you can take Japan. You can take Korea. There's a guy in Japan who's easily swayed. You have a guy on the inside. And he's going to say, yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. This is a great breakfast ham sandwich.
The old Denny's trick. Love that.
Yeah, he's gonna leave the United States alone because he realizes the value of just ham and egg sandwich.
I mean, even I know that Kim Jong-un doesn't eat ham, so that's not going to go over well.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
I will save this for the debate, and I think with that we should.
This is the debate.
This will move the set. We're moving into the second half of the debate right now, where we'll allow much more open conversation rather than directed questions. Jane, would you like to start more of an open-ended?
Yes.
I can start if you would like.
Yeah. Why don't you take the first one here?
Okay. I'm gonna pose you a hypothetical, okay? And I want to see how you answer. I want to see how you guys debate this idea. It's Friday night. Where's the party at? Mr. Smith, we'll start with you.
Like every Friday night, the party is in my pants, and you're all invited.
He's not showing any prejudice. I would like to go to that party. We're friends. Prior to this, we're very close friends. Friday night, where's the party at? Berlin in probably Munich, or maybe we go to Mykonos.
Not an American place, huh?
No, I mean, if you want to party, day, night, 3 days straight, Berlin, we go to a techno rave in a warehouse. It's 8 o'clock, and I've been doing 8 o'clock in the morning. Been doing poppers for 8 hours, doing ecstasy for 14 hours. Sounds like my opponent doesn't really know how to party.
Well, I'm gonna, it's the part of the debate where it's more open and conversational. So I'm gonna just, take this one. I believe Miley Cyrus said it best. It's about the party in the USA. My candidate here is talking about, spending all this money in Europe and the EU, but like me, I'm an American. I like to party at home. Nothing like a good cold Budweiser, setting off fireworks, getting the barbecue going.
I would like to interrupt you there. What are you drinking right now?
I'm drinking a hard Coors. It's just straight Coors.
I'm going to get a fact check on that. Is that correct? Would you like to modify your statement before we go to the fact check?
It's a ice cold Rocky Mountain American Coors.
Interesting.
Ooh,
I'm
given
watching.
the opportunity to correct this fact, no, it is not true. He is in fact not drinking Coors. Interesting. Given the opportunity to double down, he's still live.
Interesting. I'm watching. Excuse me.
Prior to the debate, I filled up my opponent's Mickey glass. I poured out the Irish alcoholic, whatever that is in there, and I filled it with a nice, cold, refreshing Coors beer straight from the Colorado Rockies.
Okay. Well, we'll get with our fact checkers. Apparently, they're not doing deep enough dives. Thank you.
Damn, I got away with that.
No,
one.
that's a lie. Mickey's. Game one that. That's something on it.
I would like to say, never mind. I had one of Mr. Smith's high noons. So both candidates provided me with refreshments, which was a very generous move on both candidates' parts.
I brought the high noons last time we did a podcast.
Ooh, so correction. Candidate Klepfer, the only one providing refreshments for the moderator.
I thought that my opposing competition here would try to put something in the high noons, so I actually threw all of those away, and I bought a whole new thing of that.
That's very. Thank you. You're looking out.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Another bit of an open-ended.
Deny all that. So easy, yeah. Just make it up as you go.
A man is sprinting full speed at you as you are at a rally or you're speaking to the public. He's sprinting full speed at you, a crazed man with fury in his eyes, bloodlust. Your Secret Service and security guards do not have enough time to assist you and to intercept, so it is one-on-one. How do you respond to the situation? How do you adapt, and what precautions, I guess, you would take as he's approaching you full speed sprinting?
Yeah, well, I would take one of two approaches. One, I would do a classic rug pull where I pretended that I didn't see him coming and I would dodge. I would take a step back and he would, fall on his face. Or I would take the 1999 cinematic masterpiece, The Matrix, and I would pull back my body, laying back bullet time status as he leaps over me, and then I would come back up and finish my speech.
So I would. Okay, so he's running at me, full speed. Boom, 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 boom. Finish. The Secret Service is trying to jump in the way. I say, fucking let him at me. Run straight at me. Shoot up, throw. Get on his back. Boom, click my heel on the ground. It exposes the blade like in Roadhouse. Boom. The neck. Dead.
Whoa.
That's a great answer.
Who's going to protect America?
That's not bad. Those are both pretty good answers, yeah.
I think one of the most pressing concerns, especially for you both representing FDNN Should you lose this primary election for who is representing this fine news network, will you graciously admit defeat? Start with you, Mr. Smith.
I would probably slunk out. I'd go outdoor status, and I would go move to like a very rural part of the country in a cabin with like no internet and grow a big old beard and just kind of wait for it all to blow over.
You're saying you'd be concerned about where the country is headed should you lose. So
No, I would just I would take that time to kind of self-reflect. Think about if I could run, 4 years later, or if there was like a local congressional seat I could do. But I think I'm not gonna make any promises now because I don't know the circumstances of which I would lose. But I would definitely take some time for self-reflection before making a decision like that.
So you refuse to agree to admitting defeat gracefully?
No, that wasn't the question. The question
I asked if you would
endorse the other person. It wasn't if I would accept it. I would accept it, but I cannot make the decision now on whether or not I would endorse.
Okay, that wasn't the question, but thank you. You did answer my question.
I believe you used the word endorse there. Let's run it back. Wait, fact check. Yep, endorse was the word used. Yeah.
Mr. Klepfer, same question.
I'm taking a page out of good old number 5. Doing starting ruckus, getting maybe a private militia going, and it's just deleting text messages, directing people to local VP made.
The classic.
Classic. Obviously, stuff I can get away.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Candidate Klepfer, space travel. That's all I'm going to say.
Until they can freeze me and send me millions of light years away in space, I'm not doing it. Wake up. Different times, your time zone. Hundreds of thousands of miles away, hundreds of years later, with my orange or green alien
Again, Mr. Smith, this is just open time. You don't need to wait for your time.
Yeah, I mean, space travel, that's one of the things that I think has been critically underfunded since the space race in the 60s and 70s. One of my biggest campaign platforms that I haven't been able to talk about is one of the first things I would do in office was I would immediately reduce military spending by half. And one of the things that I would fund is space travel. Right now, our military funding, we spend about $800 billion a year. The second country that spends the most amount of money is China. They spend about $250 million a year. We don't need to be spending all that money. We don't need to be spending all that money, making these bombers that just sit on airfields for decades. Like, why are we doing that? We got to end the no-bid contracts. We got to use all that money. We got to build a lot of social programs back here, and one of those is we need to increase funding to NASA and increase space funding.
Yeah, but those bombers are sick.
Yeah, but they're collecting dust out on the desert. We should be making B-53s, B-54s, B-55s. Like, why are we stopping at B-52s? Great band, wrong, but we need to be using technology. Again, I'm the technology candidate. We need to be using these scientific learnings and making the next big best things, and not just making the same old. You know what I mean?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I always say. And it seems like you want to waste money on more worse stuff.
No, that's the exact opposite of what I said. We need to be stopping
B-53s, B-54s,
making the B-1099, baby. Let's just go all the way. Space travel, boom. There you go.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Well, it would be independent contractor bombers. Yeah, exactly. 1099. See, 1099 is a good buzz number. Yeah. People are like, whoa, 1099, Okay. Yeah. Speaking of 1099, we definitely need to beef up our IRS. I think that under a Smith administration, we would have mandatory IRS audits for individuals making over $10 million a year, and we would have mandatory IRS audits for companies and businesses making over $50 million a year. These people need to pay their taxes. I pay my taxes. I don't know about hey, this is conversation. We're talking about conversation.
You're talking about 1099s.
Mr. Klepfer, this is the open debate section. It's allowed.
Yeah. See, do you want a lost candidate or do you want a found candidate? You know,
Ooh.
do you want a lost in space candidate? Or do you want a found Earth candidate?
I find ladies. Can I be like the Lost in Space, have like a robot?
I want to know where I'm going in space. Okay, I don't want to be lost in it.
Sounds like somehow adventurous.
Okay, I think we've been on that topic for enough time.
Mm.
I'm going to pose another hypothetical to both of you, and I would like you to discuss while sharing your views. Your best friend.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. You know, when you're a president, you're going to be faced with a lot of situations that you're not necessarily aware of. We're trying to show the American people how you would respond.
Pop quiz, keep them coming.
Exactly, you got to be on your toes. So, your best friend moves to Japan. Who do you replace? We'll start with you, Mr.
Irreplaceable.
I don't know. Something speaks to me about that answer.
Irreplaceable. Assume this is what I would do. I'm too old to make new friends, so I just assume he's dead.
Mm.
Yep. You know, just worst case scenario, he's gone, he's dead. If he comes back, awesome. It's like, you know, a second stock in the laundry. Like, I'm gone. But if they come back, great. Buy a new pair of socks, you know? But, like, I'm not trying to buy new socks. In this economy, am I right?
Yeah. Along those lines, I would form a strong. I would forgive him. He's betrayed us. He's betrayed his friends, the rest of his family. It's not a big deal. Like, whatever. He made his own decisions. They're poor decisions. I don't support him. That being said, strengthen the bond between maybe it's just two other friends that you have, but those friendships become so much stronger than the one that you had previously, because you can all bond over hating somebody.
Yeah, it's a universal. Yeah, I agree.
Love that.
Okay.
Love that. What are your thoughts, candidate Smith, on developing artificial intelligence? Is it important? Is it something that you would choose to fund? Where do you think we are standing currently with artificial intelligence? Are you a fan?
Did you get a haircut today?
No, I did not, but thank you. I gelled it down a little bit and tried to go for the more presidential look. When it comes to artificial intelligence, yeah, I'm a big fan. I think we should, we need to take a cautious approach, obviously, but I think that there's a lot of problems that we could solve with artificial intelligence. And I also think that we need to be able to accept artificial intelligence as a form of human intelligence. You know, they're an extension of ourselves. They should have the same rights. And they should pay taxes. You know?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Just real quick, sorry, Candidate Klepfer, we do have some feedback from our viewers at home. I appreciate the synchronized vaping across political aisles, very mature. So we are breaking barriers. We're tearing down walls. We are reforming the previous debate structure and really just
Klepfer wins that one.
We're bringing the world together. Sorry, Candidate Klepfer, artificial intelligence.
I support artificial intelligence as long as the chess computers keep breaking children's fingers. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
They can do whatever they want if they keep breaking children's
And apparently it was the child's fault. So.
And
I saw the video, and that was a human error, for sure.
But they need to learn a lesson. You shouldn't be learning chess so early.
The children. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's an adult's game. should not be played by children.
Yeah.
An
agreed. You should
extension,
have a license to learn.
an
how to play chess.
extension of the
Yeah.
artificial intelligence.
Learner's permit, whatnot, all that.
Would you feel confident in
And
a?
again, because this is the open debate section, I would just like to pose another question for you guys to discuss so we can get more insight into your views. So the question is this. Babies? Mr. Smith, you can start.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they're children. I get it.
I'm sorry. Did you say babies or rabies?
Yeah, like might not be my thing, but like I was one at one time.
Yeah.
Like they're cool. Yeah, why not?
Oh, you know what's really funny when you give them the
Yeah, that is cute. Yeah, that's great. I love
That's
it.
so.
I apologize.
And then
I somehow muted myself. Did we say babies or rabies?
Babies.
Babies. So thank you.
I'm saying,
They're the same.
Babies with rabies, though, not.
that's
Put them down. Put them down. Yeah.
And again, I muted myself. I thought I was just being overrun. My apologies. Back to the AI. Just a quick build question, building off of that. In a Skynet or iRobot situation, are you confident you could pull the United States through such a catastrophic event?
Oh yeah, of course. Pull the plug. Boom.
Just pull the plug.
Yep. Blow on it. Plug it back in. You're good.
I can see either one of those films. If you could explain the plot, both of those films to me.
Sure. So Skynet is from Terminator, and basically what happens is the computers take over. We've gone too far, too deep into the artificial intelligence, and the computers take over. iRobot, similar. It's more of an AI in a robotic cyborg, if you will, body, starring Will Smith, where the robots get a little too smart and they almost take over the world. Would you feel confident in both of those settings?
Okay, wait. So Skynet takes over, and then what do the humans do?
The humans have to fight the robots.
Well, I think we're asking you what you would do. You're the human in this.
Yes.
No, but I need the full context in these two films. What do the humans do as a reaction?
They fight them. There's a war to save the human race.
Okay, now is there some sort of time travel aspect, or is there not?
There is time travel scenarios in the Skynet issue, but not important to the question.
Still not understanding. I need more. I need more.
So it looks like Klepfer is not
Is there
confident.
Is there like Austrian man involved? Is there?
You are the Austrian man.
America, do you want someone who's going to be constant when in a moment of crisis, they're going to be like, oh, what was the plot?
I
What
need
was
more
that?
info.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need more information.
You need someone that is there with their hand on the plug, holding the plug, blowing on it, putting the plug back in,
Yes.
resetting it, and
Yes.
And then like the plug and blowing your.
no. I did not say that. Pull the plug, blow on it, plug it back in. You're good.
Candidate Klepfer is too worried about naked Austrian men trying to save the Earth versus what the steps he would take to save the Earth. So
Exactly.
Noted. Appreciate that. Okay.
And one of them does, yeah.
Moderator Johnson.
I don't understand.
Given the current economic situation with rising inflation and problems with the supply chain, obviously contributing to the rising inflation, how would you combat the current issues with the economy? Start with you, Mr.
For me,
Got him.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to reframe the question. Can you please give me a definition of inflation?
There's too many things cost too much.
So you would make more money.
I make more so people can pay for things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take over here. I'm gonna do you a solid because you're totally lost in your element. Yeah. So when it comes to inflation and interest rates and whatnot, the problem that we're having now is the Federal Reserve is they kind of handle the money. They print the money if you.
Hey, it sounds like they were the problem in the first place.
Well, in a way, they kind of were. So we went through ever since the economic recession.
You want to give them the power back?
No, so what I'm saying is, in previous administrations, they kind of let the interest rates go too low for too long. They kind of overstimulated the economy, and then when we hit COVID, there's a lot of money printing happening. So, there's two things that I would do. One is I would raise the interest rates, kind of like what is happening now. I would probably take
raise those interest rates.
I would take a more aggressive approach when it comes to raising the interest rates. And one thing that I think isn't really talked about, this isn't just an American issue. This is a world issue.
It should be.
Everyone around the world is suffering from high inflation right now because we've been printing off too much money, which is what my candidate is suggesting that we continue to do. What we need to do is, while the average American is hurting at home, trying to figure out how to pay the rent, how to pay for medical issues, how to pay for food,
Get another job.
this round of inflation has been caused by corporate America using it as an excuse to raise prices for things. So what we need to do is
lower the prices.
Yes, but to do that, we need to raise the taxes that they need to pay.
Not if I own a company though.
Well, they would if you did own a company.
But
I would be very
small business.
If it's making less than $10 million a year, you wouldn't have any change in your tax code at all. But if you're making more than that, we would raise the tax on you. We would create.
Part of you, right there.
Okay, Mr. Smith, I have a follow-up question to you.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't done, but if you want to follow up.
Stop you right there. I'm sorry.
Okay,
but
thank you. Yeah.
If you're saying you would tax corporations higher, how do you keep the corporations from passing on those expenses to their consumer? And part of the inflation would be caused by supply chain issues. How would you go about solving those so that these corporations can continue to produce their goods?
Yeah, before I was so rudely interrupted by moderators at Johnson, I was about to address that. Well, the thing is, part of my answer, that was the second part of my answer that I was kind of interrupted on. What I would do is I would create incentives for these businesses to lower the cost of those products, because they're not just going to do that by themselves. We live in a very capitalistic environment, So you create incentives for them that if they lower the price, they would be able to invest.
Start a fight.
No, I don't see how grizzly bears and fight rings are related to this economic push. Yeah, see,
Cool.
Americans, you want a candidate that shrugs their shoulders
And say problems could be cool.
and says good be cool, or do you want someone that's going to try to solve these problems?
We'll have to let the voters decide that.
And again, going back to, it's not about ego, it's about hiring the best, brightest, smartest people. Like, I'm not an economist. I'm not. I have a very broad idea of how it works. But I would hire the brightest, the smartest and brightest. Look at how much shorter my candidate is. Just visually look at how much shorter he is than I am. So yeah, that's how I would solve that problem.
Mr. Smith, you're no longer in frame entirely.
I'm too tall. Okay, I gotta shrink a little bit. I'm too naturally tall. Got it. I'll slump more.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how I fix everything.
Perfect. Thank you. Good responses from both
Sounds like
sides.
he's putting the problem on somebody else.
We are actually coming up at our hour mark here for the first debate. So just a couple questions left. Viewers at home, feel free to ask some questions. We can wrap them up, bit of a rapid fire. But moderator Johnson, did you have any final questions?
I would like to take the last question. If possible.
Okay, so I have two questions in the bank here. Number one, recently the Choco Taco has been discontinued. What are your initial thoughts on the situation, and how would you react once?
Ooh, and can I add on also the Mexican pizza, please?
Both items.
I think
what
we saw with the eradication of the Choco Taco and the Mexican pizza is an absolute travesty. I remember when I was about this tall, 4th of July, nothing more American than eating a Choco Taco. And, the taco invented in Southwest United States. We need to celebrate our heritage with the Choco Taco and the Mexican pizza. And yeah, I think it's a travesty. What I truly believe, moderator Shane Luth at Japan, not in America,
Thank you.
is that this is a publicity stunt. I think that they've decided that they're not going to have the Choco Taco. We're all up in arms about it. We're ready to storm the Capitol again. This time for a worthy cause. And they're going to be like, you know what, guys? We were pulling a goof. We wanted everybody talking about it. We're bringing it back. It's going to cost twice as much. Whatever, we'll pay for it, and it'll be fine. It's going to be like a McRib situation. Like they will not. You will under a Smith administration. I can promise you right now, the Choco Taco would be government subsidized. We would pay for it by reducing the military by 50%. Choco tacos for every man, woman, and child in this country.
Wow.
Wait, hold for applause.
So the exiting of the Choco Taco and Mexican pizza is done by this current administration to discourage maybe Mexican Americans, any immigrants crossing. It's not okay. That's not good. They deserve Choco Tacos. They deserve Mexican pizzas. I agree with my opponent. Everybody deserves those basic human rights.
Our body, our choice.
Yeah.
Choco Taco in me. I need it.
Mm.
I had one before the debate. I actually had one before the debate.
You did.
I bought when I found out, I do have, it's a national security issue, but I was aware that they were in Choco Taco. I bought a bunch of them. I gave a lot of them away because that's who I am, power to the people. But I kept some for myself.
That sounds like some insider trading.
No, it's not trading. It's not trading if I give them away. It's not trading if I give them away. It's insider charity. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not benefiting from this. The people are. The people will benefit.
Eat one.
Did I eat one? Yes, I did. Nope. It's part of my diet. It's not something I enjoy.
It's part of my diet.
It's like a part of my diet.
Mm.
You need to balance your insulin.
I am not a diabetic. I don't need insulin. But under a Smith administration, those insulin costs way down.
Thank you. Moderator Johnson, do you have a question to wrap this debate up?
For, I think, our closing first debate, I would just like to pose to you, what is your platform, or what points would you like to make that you were not able to make tonight? We'll start with you, Mr. Klepfer.
We're banging A-man. Where
You made that point already.
Yes, so this is an opportunity to go into something you haven't talked about.
Oh, that I haven't.
Correct.
I mean, that's something I really want to talk about,
Well, yeah, I was also asking for your platform. So far, we have banging.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. I was
platform.
I was about to wrap it up, and you're like, okay, banging aliens, ICP, the police force is going to become my mafia. I'm taking money from all the corporations. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Vapes are chill. We should now roll.
I have a bunch of things on my platform that I'm just going to bullet point rifle off, okay? And I do want to note that...
You're coming back.
No. You just restated things that we've already talked about. The question was, do you have anything we didn't talk about that you want to talk about? But you had your turn. You lose. It's okay. I also want to state that for the record that a light is being shown on my crotch right now, and I don't think that is a mistake. That is a higher being being like, yo, that crotch, right?
You have a stain on your tie.
This was my grandpappy's tie that he fought. There's
a stain on it.
That's a blood stain from the Gettysburg battle.
He was fighting for the Confederacy?
No, he was fighting for the Union. He was on the good guys. This is red, white, and blue, everybody. Look at that. But these are a bunch of things that I was not able to talk about tonight. One, my candidate is leaving. Oh, see, do you want a candidate?
Wow.
That's an interesting move. Okay, so we'll continue until...
I'm going to go on for a long time, and
the floor is yours now.
We'll see how big that bladder is. Election day, national holiday. Everybody registered to vote the day they turn 18. We're going to incorporate blockchain technology into our voting system. There's been a lot of talk about elections not being fair or not. We're going to use that technology. We're going to use that technology, everybody. So we're going to do that. We're going to expunge all nonviolent drug possession charges. We're going to get them out of jail. We're going to restore their voting rights. They're going to be able to vote. Universal health care. We're the only country in the world, first developed country that doesn't have universal health care. That's going to happen. Universal child care. We're going to have free school lunches. We're going to have, it's not going to be term limits in Congress, but we're going to have an age limit. People that have one foot in the grave today are not going to be making decisions about tomorrow. What else? We got, that was a quick pee. Small bladder, huh? You want someone with a small bladder, you want someone with a large bladder.
Wow.
Powerful puffing. Just pissed out 40 ounces of beer.
Okay, all right. What else do I want to do? I want to tax mega churches. They need to be taxed. We can't have pastors flying out in their private jets anymore, not paying taxes. They got to be taxed. What else? Right to clean water. We need to people should be able to drink water out of their faucet without it being an issue.
Yeah, with fluoride in it, right?
That's debatable.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to check out any of my other campaign platforms, go to www.woodysmithforpresident.com. The 4 is number 4. It's like one of the cool TikToker youth generation things. They use numbers instead of words. But check it out. Subscribe. Yeah, you can check out everything else on my platform. But as we're closing, I want to thank the moderators. I want to thank Gondar University. I want to thank my candidate here for being brave enough. He declined a couple other previous debates, but I'm glad that he made it here. He is shorter than I am by quite a bit. But yeah, I had a great night. It's fun to talk about these ideas. That was a vape. He's now anti-vape, so just make sure everybody sees that.
Well, somebody has it, somebody doesn't.
But my presidency would all be about giving people more rights, not taking it away.
Got it.
That's what I have to say.
Any other closing statements, Mr. Klepfer?
No, I'm pretty chill. Pretty chill about everything, including
All right.
this president. I would be the chillest president.
I would disagree. I would be more chill than Mr. Klepfer as president.
No,
Okay. Yep.
I think we're good. Thank you. That was good.
Yes.
Moderator Shane, would you like to count us out?
I think we said it all. I believe the American people are extremely pleased with the way this went. Both candidates showing their strong suits and both showing a little bit of vulnerability.
We're both wearing suits.
Strong suits.
We're both. I mean, we all look incredibly amazing. I'm super excited to see where this goes and how both candidates use this as a platform to really take off. Couple just comments from the chat talking about candidate Smith's sunbathed crotch. The chill levels and the bladder sizes are directly correlated, so that's great to know. And I want to thank everybody involved, and we will be back. Please check us out on Fantasy Date Night News Network on all platforms. Thank you.
Yeah, but who won?
We're gonna have to let the people decide.
We're gonna have to let the people decide.
Okay. All
We're
right.
gonna let the people decide.
Stay cool out there, America. We love you.
I hate America.